Sonic 4 is going to be even bigger than the last. Welcome back to another video today. I want to discuss things regarding the fourth Sonic film, as I think is going to be quite insane in terms of its scale and story. First of all, let's go through what we actually know about this film. Metal, Sonic, and Amy are officially joining the movie universe via this film, and it looks to be borrowing from Sonic CD, which is where Metal and Amy actually first debuted. Ben Kingsley and Nick Offerman are set to have voice roles in this film, alongside Kristen Bell being casted as Amy Rose. And let's not forget, Jim Carrey's officially returning as Eggman for the fourth time, which is just incredible. And Shadow is also set to return, which is strange, and I'll get to that later. Now, with that being said, what is this film even going to be about? Well, the clues from the post-credit scenes in Sonic 3 and the recent teaser, I am genuinely convinced this is going to be a time travel story. Major clue that everybody actually looks over. I don't see really anyone talking about this. But the second post-credit scene in Sonic 3, a lot of people brush this off as, oh, Shadow is alive, cool. Sure, it definitely is its purpose. However, if you truly listen to this post-credit scene and look at the background, Shadow is actually back in time, in the Western time. Have a look. Yes, I believe that this sacrifice by Eggman and Shadow actually led these two to get sent into different periods in time. Now, the other post-credit scene with Metal and Amy, I really think this was a planned attack, and Metal went back to this specific point in time to destroy Sonic. But Amy also knew Metal was going to be there. That's why they all knew that Sonic was in this spot, right? Because of time travel. And another thing to support the time travel theory, Sonic CD literally has time travel, and that's when Metal and Amy debuted. Now, to get into this concept art, which was apparently the alternative post-credit scene to this movie, Sonic 3, we see Eggman as an emperor ruling the world, with Metal Sonic ore farming by his side. Now, I think this will play a part in Sonic 4. I don't think it will exactly look like this, but I think the big elements of this concept art is going to carry over. I think Eggman got sent into the future, perhaps destroyed Sonic, which screwed up the timeline, a timeline where Robotnik rules. Now, a lot of people think this will undo Robotnik's arc in Sonic 3, but I kinda disagree. I mean, if you really look at what Eggman actually says before the black hole appears,
if I can't rule the world, I might as well save it.
He only saved it because he can't rule it. At least that's how I see it. And Sonic is the thing stopping him from ruling the world. And that's why he, when he time traveled by accident, he basically destroyed Sonic so he can rule the world. No one can stop him. And in this concept art, you can see the golden quill from Super Sonic. And that's probably how he defeated, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails. And I think this is also what creates Metal Sonic and how he rivals Sonic in power. How Metal Sonic is able to, destroy Sonic. And I won't be surprised, if Metal is the reason why Sonic isn't around in this timeline. Isn't around in the future. Because Metal Sonic is just that strong, powered by the Golden Quill. He managed to defeat Sonic. Now, in terms of how they will time travel, the teaser, I think, really hints at that. In Sonic 06, now a lot of people don't like that game, even though the popularity for it kinda has risen in the past few years. It introduced a concept that the Chaos Emeralds can actually time travel. You use Chaos Control together with the Chaos Emeralds and you can travel in time. Especially if you look at this teaser, there's a huge focus on the Chaos Emeralds, and I do think that this was intentional. But the real question is, where are the Chaos Emeralds? Last we actually seen them, Sonic and Shadow were using them. However, Shadow went back in time. Did the emeralds get split, or what's going on? Perhaps the emeralds are lost in time? I'm honestly not too sure. It's quite confusing. Like, we don't really get an explanation in Sonic 3. But I hope that they don't look over this in Sonic 4. Now on to what Amy is going to be up to in this movie. With Eggman ruling the world, he is already aware of aliens that are out there in the universe. So he probably also tries to rule over aliens as well. Different planets, you know, becomes a ruler of the universe rather than just Earth. And perhaps this is where Ben Kingsley and Nick Offerman actually come in. Perhaps Amy leads some kind of rebellion similar to, well, Sonic Forces, but trust me guys, this time it'll be good. But I'm not sure. I imagine big names like that, like Nick Offerman and Ben Kingsley, will be more than just random creatures. Perhaps this is how the Chaotix make their debut in this movie. I can see Ben Kingsley as Espio. Holy crap, I think I just cooked with that casting actually. I can see Ben Kingsley pulling off Espio. I would also love to see Nick Offerman voice Big the Cat, and perhaps Big the Cat can be Amy's sidekick throughout her travels. I think that could be really fun to see. Apparently they've been trying to get Big the Cat in these films for a while, but never really found a place. I think it's time. I think it's time to bring in Big the Cat. Now the reason I see this rebellion possible is because of the event film coming a year later in 2028, which I believe to be a Sonic Heroes movie. Cause you know they want to make a huge Sonic Heroes movie, and that could be an event film in itself. Which brings me into Metal Sonic and his role. He's probably going to be the secondary threat in this movie, aside from Eggman and his empire. I see Metal Sonic eventually overpowering Eggman and becoming Neo Metal Sonic, which leads me into a theory that Sonic 4 is a two-parter movie that ends on a massive cliffhanger that ends into the untitled Sonic event film that comes in 2028. Now, I don't think this is just going to be a Sonic 5, but this movie has to be called Sonic Heroes, right? I see it definitely happening, and if you introduce the Chaotix in this movie and all the other creatures, maybe Rouge, I honestly don't see that being likely, but if you just do that in this movie, you have yourself a Sonic Heroes movie coming up. I think it's just the best time to do this. Now on to some stuff that I think will happen. I just don't know how. First of all, let's get Shadow's role out of the way. His role is very unclear to me. Not sure what he will do in this movie, to be honest. He probably won't have a ton of screen time. See, now, I would have made a Shadow movie which introduced Team Dark, you know, so they can actually appear in the event film. But obviously, I don't think that will happen. I think adding Rouge and the robot will kind of overstuff this movie, because you have to introduce a lot of these characters and kind of make you care for them, and also like who is going to be voicing them. Another thing is Silver the Hedgehog. I see Silver appearing in this movie. Daniel RPK, a very reliable movie source for all kinds of films, has stated quite a lot that there are plans for Silver in this universe. But he definitely is a post-credit scene. That's 100% sure. Like, there's no way Silver is not a post-credit scene in this movie. Especially with Metal and Amy already coming. The next few characters that they will introduce are going to be quite niche. And the Chaotix and Silver really fit into that niche category of Sonic characters. And not only that, but Silver is like known for his time travel story. especially also Sonic 06. If they're going to be taking elements from that, you might as well just introduce Silver. But generally, don't be surprised if he's in the movie itself. I would love to have Silver debut in Sonic 4 as an actual role instead of a post-credit scene cameo, but I guess we'll see. You know, both options are possible in my opinion. And when it comes to like castings for Silver, I just want to get this out of the way. I think Steven Yeun would absolutely cook as Silver. Another thing, I'm not sure how Tom and Maddie will play into this movie. They are in this movie, I'm just not sure what they will do. Especially in Sonic 3, they did not have a ton of screen time. Now, yes, a lot of this is because of the actor strike, but I generally do also think that it benefited from it. But I'm just not sure what they're going to do in this movie at all. Now, if they want to continue the franchise beyond the event film, I feel like all the human stuff and maybe even the live action element, I think has to be dropped. I think we have to go to the animation route, do a soft reboot of animation, because I know a lot of people would love to see someone like Chaos. I don't think Chaos is going to show up in any of these movies, but I think if they were to continue these films beyond Sonic Heroes, then sure, do Chaos. I do think that Sonic 4 is going to be huge. Looks like we're getting more than one CGI character, and I'm excited for what that could mean. I am pumped for this movie, but also worried, as there's a lot that might be going down in this movie, and Sonic 3 is the peak this franchise has come to. And can Sonic 4 reach that high bar? You guys let me know. Are you excited for Sonic 4? Tell me some of your theories. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.